"Where is Ruby?" Bethany said, loud enough to wake the homeless across the city. It was Sunday night, 7 o'clock sharp, and all my girls were at our usual booth in Ruby's lounge. Raul was already setting up the drinks, each especially made for the UCC ladies. My slowest night, business-wise, turned out to be my favorite night on a personal level. The one time during the week where I wasn't the CEO of a popular exclusive lounge in downtown Washington, D.C., but instead a woman, able to unwind with her closest friends, all the while watching their lives blossom into the beautiful roses they were meant to have. I was living vicariously through them and loving every single minute of it. "I'm right here, darling," I answered as my heeled foot reached the last stair to the main floor. I had to tie up a few loose ends so I could give you beautiful ladies my full attention. There they were, Bethany, the dom with her sharp eyes and wild dark mane, always wearing her leather getup. It wasn't her everyday clothing style, but on Sunday evenings before our UCC dates, Bethany had a standing appointment with a male sub who needed some whipping to start off the new week. I supposed by Friday night his bruises and sore ass were fading away. Delilah, or Dia to her friends, and Jade were sitting against the wall. Dia's strawberry blonde, a contrast to the black curtain of lush hair Jade usually wore. Their gallery was closed on Sundays, so no work attire for them. However, I could still see the faint mark around Jade's neck where her master lovingly dominated her. Dia and Cole weren't into any kink, unless their shared love of Star Wars could be considered as such. Avalon, the shrewd and too sexy to be legal psychiatrist, or sex therapist, was furiously typing on her smartphone. I knew that look. Someone was getting their ass kicked and probably not enjoying it. As I reached the table, I ran a hand down Callie's messy hair and felt, "My goodness, Callie, is that food in your hair?" With a margarita in her hand, Callie looked up at me and shrugged. "It's something, but now that I have a drink, I really don't care what it is." She looked exhausted, but then 5 kids all under the age of 7 was no task for a mere human. Callie was a superwoman who sometimes needed to hang her cape and get drunk. Her latest little prince was spoiled by the older 4 girls, but still, Callie needed the downtime to breathe and remember she was also a woman. "By the way, I've stopped having sex with Steven. I'm afraid to get pregnant again," she said nonchalantly as she rested her lips on the iconic wide-rimmed glass. "You've heard of birth control, right? It's all the craze among sleep-deprived couples," Bethany quipped, leaning back in her chair and giving her sassy smile to the new mother. "Right, because that worked out so well for me last time," Callie said, rolling her eyes. "Wait, you were on birth control and still got pregnant?" Jade asked, blanching at the news as I took a seat next to Bethany. "It happens more often than you know," I explained, and Callie nodded with a sigh. "Steve has some kind of super sperm. They went to sperm training where they learned how to break down barriers. They're like the sperm 007, the bat sperm sending their sperm signals across my fallopian tubes. They're sperm Skywalker," cried out Dia with a victory sign of her arms. Silence. "What? Leia was da bomb. I'm sorry, but she was a total badass, so that totally works." All of us girls burst out laughing. There was something acutely wrong with their ridiculous love of Star Wars. "Yes, Delilah, just like that," Callie deadpanned, and the room erupted in laughter once again.